What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing the film Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves. I'll admit, when I first saw the trailer for this, I was like, yo, they're not giving up. They're not giving up on this. Because I remember Dungeons and Dragons came out years ago and it tanked at the box office. So I was pretty sure the studios was just like, man, it ain't gonna work. But we all know that Dungeons and Dragons has a lot of fans. So it's a whole lifestyle based on these cats. So I was like, y'all gonna give it another go? Okay, Chris Pine and them. I like Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, let's see what they got going. Dungeons and Dragons is a story about Edwin Darvis, who spent a couple years in jail. He's working as a member of the Harpers. You know what I'm saying? His wife got killed by a red wizard. And so, you know, that changed his life a little bit. He started living his life. It's like they was scrambling, doing random things and like random heists, and they started stealing stuff. And so, you know, they got this one heist where they were supposed to go in here, retrieve this artifact. And he went in there, the barbarian, his barbarian friend, Holga, was played by Michelle Rodriguez, who also, when his wife got killed, they had a young baby, a daughter. So Holga comes in like, yo, we friends. They were like brother and sister. They ended up raising the baby together, you know what I'm saying, and doing these jobs. Then they linked up with a wannabe, like, you know, scrubby sorcerer played by Justice Smith. Hugh Grant is like this kind of swindler type of cat, and they were just doing these like amateur heists, and they were doing all this. And by the way, Hugh Grant's character's name is Forge. So I don't know if you would trust a guy named Forge Fitzwilliam. Anyway, they did this one mission that led them to infiltrating a former Harper stronghold to acquire a resurrection tablet that, you know, Chris Pine's character could use to resurrect his wife that he lost due to the Red Wizard. So that was the whole plan. Things go haywire. They end up in jail. Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez end up in jail. So now the movie's basically centered on them, you know, getting out of jail, trying to clear their name, still trying to use that tablet to resurrect his wife, and that's how the story is pushed forward. I don't want to give too much away, just generally the storyline of this movie. This movie had a lot of interesting characters. It was a nice world where it's just like, yo, we're in the world of magic, sorcery, wizards, you know, strong people, little people, dragons, and all these dope creatures and paladins, and, you know, we're in there. People that can turn into animals, and I'm like, I'm all in. Now, I didn't play Dungeons and Dragons, but I watched the cartoon on Saturday morning. I remember watching the cartoon. I was like, yo, I'm a fan of this. They had like a little crew together. And I'm big on teams. Like, I like teamwork stuff. Yeah, that loner is cool, but I like it when they have like a core team in the movie and everybody's contributing, everybody's playing their role. That's why I like heist films. And this essentially is a heist movie. Like, this movie gives big heist vibes, Ocean's 11 type, you know, heist. And it's just like, yo, they really on this heist, this quest. It's a quest. Now, I know when you see swords and wizards and dragons and, you know what I'm saying, you want to say quest. You just want to say quest. I feel like it just comes with the territory. Quest. But it's like a heist, though. It's like, all right, everybody playing their part, everybody doing their role, and they just trying to achieve this one artifact or the riches or the goals or whatever you want to call it. And so now they got to pull off the perfect heist, the perfect plan without getting caught by the law, if you will. One of the strongest attributes to this movie is the cast chemistry. The cast chemistry is great. Chris Pine I'm a fan of Chris Pine. I've liked him for a long time, ever since like Smoking Aces, and then, you know, of course, Star Trek, and even when he does more dramatic stuff, I think he's good in that as well. Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, they have a great chemistry there. Like, you know, Michelle Rodriguez, she's always tough. She can fight. She's tough, no nonsense. She's pretty much that here, but there's a softer vibe to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though she's tough, you know what I'm saying? Don't be hugging her up. She's warm, though, and funny. And I was just like, yo, they are nailing these little nuances with these characters. And I'm just like, yo, dope as hell. The girl that played in the new It movie, she plays a druid that can change into any kind of animal or creature. So it's like, yo, she's bringing what she's bringing. Justice plays this sorcerer who is not the best. He's not the most confident, but he's trying to get it together. You know what I'm saying? He out in these streets trying to come up, trying to, do whatever he can with the little weak spells. He's no Doctor Strange, but he gonna get there. And he comes from a lineage of great wizards. Like his great grandfather was like this big time wizard. So he's feeling that too, the pressure. Like, man, you ain't really doing these spells. We got Reggae from Bridgerton. Reggae-Jean Page. Reggae-Jean Page is also in this movie. He plays Paladin, who they could use his skills. He was almost killed by red wizardry, and he ended up partially getting affected by that. So he ages more slowly than like a normal human. And it's giving him extra gifts. His eyes glow and stuff like that. And he's dope as hell. He's dope as hell, man. I would like to see this guy as James Bond. James Bond him up, man. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. And Hugh Grant is always dope as hell. The villain who's a red wizard, she's dope. Like it was just a good amount of comedy. Now when you come in looking at it like, all right, this is gonna be a comedy, I feel like you might like it a little bit more. Now, the audience I saw it with, I saw a sneak preview of this, and the audience I saw it with, they wasn't giving the jokes no love, man. They wasn't giving the jokes the just due. Not every audience is the same. I perform live for a living, I can tell you this. Not every audience has the same energy, and the audience I saw this movie with was trash. They were just too quiet. I'm like, man, these jokes y'all ain't, come on, man. You didn't feel nothing on that? And I feel like the jokes were flowing, the chemistry was there, the stakes were there, like you felt something, the action was exciting and dope and like fresh. And I don't know, I felt like a kid again watching this. I was just like, yo, this is a good time, man. I would like to see more of these guys. I would like to see more. This movie was a pleasant surprise for me. So if you're looking for something to just go, be entertained for a couple hours, something different, something fresh, I would recommend this joint. But forget all that. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves? Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves. I'm going to give it 4.5 saxophones out of 5. It was really good. It was really enjoyable. I don't really have anything bad to say about this movie. Like, I really had a good time at the movie theater. And that's been something I've been wanting, man. I just want to have a good time. I want to have a good time. And this movie gave me a good time. That was my quest. My quest was to have a good time watching the movie. And this gave me that. And it was dope magic and stuff. I like magic. I was like, man, this is magical. And it gave me just that, man. But forget all that, man. I would like to see a dragon on the team, though. Because, dragons are always relegated to these big bads. How about we put a dragon on the team? Like, he's half dragon, half human. So people, they misunderstand him. They're scared of him because you're part of dragon. No, it's just, don't blame the lineage on me. I'm a different person, but I'm cool. But he can still burn everybody up. Man, that would be a dope character to see on film. But I don't know how a dragon and a human would get together. So I guess we got to figure that out. I don't know. All right, peeps. That's my review of Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves. Man, let me know what you thought of the movie. Let me know if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons. Let me know if you remember the cartoon that used to come on Saturday morning, Dungeons and Dragons. And let me know what you thought of the Dungeons and Dragons that came out years ago. I never saw it. I think Jason Statham was in it. Was he in that? Marlon Wayans was in it. But I've never seen it. Now I want to go back and watch it and see what's going on. But let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.